Welcome to the Americana Bistro Grill. I'm your host, Roberto Alvarez-Galloso, serving you the best in Americana music. And of course, we're in the week of Valentine's Day, day of love, day of friendship. I'm taking advantage, and I'm going to dedicate this video to two people who are very special in my life. The first one is my wife, Marilia Garcia de Quevedo. She's been my right side, my left side, all the sides she has been with me, and she has never once faltered or failed. She was always with me from the beginning up to now. The second one is a great singer-songwriter whose music has transcended the whole world. And it is because of her that we were able to have one of the greatest in Americana music, Brady Beard. So I'm dedicating this interview to Tiffany Gassette. Brady,
Thanks.
welcome to the Americana Bistro Grill.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I saw all of your YouTube channels and your music is out of this world.
Well, thank you.
How did you get started?
I started playing classical piano when I was a little kid, but then when I went to middle school and high school, I switched over to more of the classical wind band stuff, and I did bassoon. And then I kind of put it away and went to school to become a recording engineer. But during school and recording projects, people needed people to play piano on their projects. And so I picked it back up again and then decided that's what I wanted to do.
So that was your past. You went from classical to Americana music and folk music. How was the transition?
It took some time for sure. Yeah. When I first moved, to Nashville, I really had to work on playing in those styles. You know, some of it translates generally through pop music. You know, Americana is very similar to certain things like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and other regular rock bands, but it is different in some ways, and I had to pick up on those nuances, and that took some time for sure.
Great. You recorded various albums and various songs, and I want to know the inspiration behind many of them.
Okay.
Feel free to tell me about your albums and your songs and the inspiration behind each one of them.
Sure. Well, my latest album is all songs that are mostly single takes of me just playing piano and singing without extra things on them. It kind of showcases the vulnerability of those songs and their subject matter. A lot of it's pretty serious. Some of it's dealing with mental health and relationships and more serious topics. And so that format I felt like would keep it nice and vulnerable and showcase the message of the songs. And I also couldn't hide behind any production or anything else. You know, I had to make the songs, write them as compelling as I possibly could so that it would be a good listen all the way through.
Sort of like you're sort of like doing with these albums, you're like doing like an unplugged.
This latest one for sure. I have two EPs before that, and they're kind of the opposite. They have lots of instruments on them, which I play myself. I layer them all on there, and so it's all me playing and singing. But they're a different take for sure.
Besides the latest EP or the latest EP that you recorded, which is unplugged, the previous two albums. And how was the inspiration and what are the differences between the two albums that had a lot of sound and the one that had the unplugged? How did it inspire you personally? How did it help personally?
Oh yeah. I mean, I definitely think the first two EPs are me. You can tell that I'm kind of figuring out how I want to express myself artistically, and I'm not quite. In some points I'm grabbing it, and at other points I'm, figuring out if I want to emulate other things. But the latest one, moving to the unplugged, was definitely about more self-discovery and just getting to the place where I could find a voice that was more of my own.
Yeah. Besides Tiffany Gassette, you've worked with other artists. Please feel free to tell me about the other artists and your experience with them.
Sure. Yeah. I've spent a lot of time over the years touring as a side musician, a keyboard player. I've been on the road with several Americana artists in Nashville, and that's where I've gained a lot of inspiration. I was on the road with an artist named Will Hogue for several years, who's an Americana artist, and a female artist, Maggie Rose, I was with for a while, and I learned a lot by getting to sit next to them every night on stage and have the best seat in the house and kind of absorb all that I could about their artistry, because they're also both songwriters as well.
And have you ever written any other particular songs for other artists that they interpreted? You know, let me rephrase the question.
Yeah.
There are many artists who, for example, have written their own songs, but they have not interpreted, but others have done the interpretation for them. For example, I'm going to give an example. Michael Nesmith of the Monkees, who's a great composer. He wrote different drums, and I think that was interpreted by Linda Ronstadt. Did you ever have that sort of experience like Michael Nesmith had?
Oh, yes, I would say in more of a musicianship capacity. I haven't had a lot of people necessarily cutting and recording my songs, except myself. But in a musicianship capacity, it has happened to where I've played certain things in a demo scenario, and then it's made it onto the record, and it's kind of an instrumental hook, if you will. Yeah, that has happened before.
Great. How do we see Brady Beard in the future?
In the future, I'm going to be releasing more music and playing more dates locally, and perhaps a little bit out of town. But right now, I'm focusing on writing as much music as I can, and also getting some relationships in order that I have with people to do music for film and TV. I'm focusing some on that because it seems to fit the kind of music that I make.
And I can imagine you're also going to be including musical videos.
I will, yeah. I'll be doing music videos, and all the while also touring with other artists as well. That's always a part of what I do. It's always a mix of touring, and blending the writing and my own things as well.
Great. Where can we find all of your music in addition to YouTube? Is there any other digital mediums or whatever we could find?
Sure. Yeah, I'm on all the standard streaming services, Spotify, Amazon Music, Tidal, all those things. You can also find out more information about me, what I'm up to at bradybeardmusic.com. And you can also buy downloads directly from me there. If you're into buying downloads rather than streaming, it's all right there as well.
Yeah. I'll probably buy, if you do have any CDs, I'll probably buy one from you.
Yeah, there's downloads you can do there, but also if you can send, if people want to send me a message. When I put out this record, I did not anticipate how much demand there would still be for CDs. So I am doing those, but they're a little bit slower to come. But you can also, if people want it right away, they can download it and burn it as well. Yeah.
Personally, while I'm in digital and everything, I'm sort of like old school.
Yeah.
The vinyl, the CDs, even then vinyl and CDs are making a comeback. And I love vinyl and CDs.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. I love them both too. I'm glad that people still want to pick them up.
I'll probably, if you have an LP or an EP, I'll probably pick one up also.
Okay, cool.
Remember, to my public here in the Americana Bistro Grill, please visit Brady Beard in his website. We're going to be publishing it in our YouTube channel, and we're also going to be publishing it on our Rumble channel. And also take a look at all of his digital channels, Spotify, YouTube, and every other digital channel where you see Brady Beard. If you ever get to see him in concert, please see him in concert. He's one of the greatest. And again, I wanted to thank Tiffany Gassette for uniting us, and this interview we dedicated to her and to my wife Marilia. And also, in addition to helping Brady and help all of the independent artists, supporting them by going to their concerts, buying their products, or buying even their music, because they really have great music. Please also visit the independent hosts of programs like the Americana Bistro Grill. I'm here on YouTube, Rumble, I'm also in other channels such as Brighteon, Bitchute, Gab. And you name it, I'm all around. I'm all encompassing because my purpose in being all encompassing in all of these channels is to make sure that the independent artists, the independent Americana artists, who are the true artists of America, get heard. And they cannot get heard with all of the other sounds of other artists that are mainstream. This is the real deal, and they deserve to be heard. And as long as I live, we're going to be promoting them in the Americana Bistro Grill. In addition, I'm also inviting all Americana artists, all of them. Please come one, come all to be interviewed. Not to help the Americana Bistro Grill. We need help from the people who watch us, and please visit us. And if you want to donate, we accept donations too. But this is for the artists. This is for the independent artists. Please visit them also, and also support our program so we could bring more independent artists, which we will be doing. Again, Brady, I want to thank you for coming to the Americana Bistro. It was very nice having you.
Thanks so much for having me, and thanks for what you're doing for independent music. We need it a lot.
Yeah, for me, it is a pleasure and an honor. I'm always going to be helping the independent artists, especially those of the Americana music. We've been doing it for about almost a decade. We started in AMI Radio, then when AMI Radio folded, we took the Americana Bistro Grill and put it in my blog. I have a Spanish and an English blog. The English blog is the AG News Show. Everything is under my last name, Alvarez-Galloso. But that's because the Americana artists also get a lot of traction in Spanish-speaking countries and in Spain.
I've heard that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm bilingual, because I do some of my programs in Spanish, but some of my programs in English. The people like, for example, Argentina, Mexico, Spain have visited. They said, this is the type of artist that we love hearing.
That's great. And how wonderful it is to be able to live in a time, where it can be spread all over the world like that.
Yeah. So keep doing the great job that you're doing, and my best wishes to you and all of the other Americana artists in Nashville. Remember, never give up. Keep going.
Appreciate that.
And say my thanks to Tiffany and everybody else.
I will. We'll do that.
And again, to all the rest of the world. In a time in which we need this, in addition to music, peace in, peace out, and peace everywhere. And in the words of Laura Marie, one of the greatest Texas singer-songwriters and a peacemaker herself, be love. Until the next time.